I'm in 6th grade here at Tidwell. I am going to start off by telling you a little bit about me. I really like music and reading and watching TV, and I also really like to talk. I'm sure my teachers know that. I can't help it though. I mean, my mouth just works really well. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today, is speaking up and the importance of it. How often is it that you see something or someone doing something that you don't agree with and that isn't right, but you don't say anything? And why is it that you don't do anything about it? 65% of the time, someone will see bullying, threats, and words happen, but will still not say anything. Don't be afraid to speak up. Bullying in the U.S. is more likely to be reported if physical contact is involved. And when injury does occur, only 40% of the time, it's not reported. And that's pretty sad, because when one of your friends is getting beat up after school or pushed around and you only report it 60% of the time, that's really immature. 50 to 60% of the time, child abuse isn't reported either. You could save a life. The reason I say this is because when I was in 5th grade, I had this friend, we can call her Madison. My friend Madison and I and another girl used to always hang out at her house, and we were over there one day, and Madison's phone started to ring. We thought it was just her mom, but when she answered, a man was on the other end. He was probably in his mid-40s and was saying some really inappropriate stuff to her, and asking her extremely gross questions. Questions that he could get in huge trouble for asking, a 12-year-old. So Madison's parents obviously didn't know about this, and when I went home that night, I told my mom. I told her because I knew that if I didn't, something really bad could happen to Madison. That man ended up living in Denton, and he got arrested for what he did, because that is against the law. If I hadn't told my mom, then I don't know what would have happened to my best friend. You should always know when to speak up, because I'm sure you're all asking, oh, well, how do I know if the situation is serious enough to say something about it? Well, if someone is doing something that could hurt them or someone else, you should definitely say something. If someone is bullying you or another person, you need to tell an adult. When someone litters or causes harm to the community, this has to do with vandalism and things like that. So if you have a friend that is doing one of those things, you should definitely tell someone. If you see someone self-harming or having suicidal thoughts or actions, or causing others these things, you need to say something. You can tell an adult or a teacher or a counselor, because if it ends up getting too bad for them and they end up doing something they shouldn't do, or hurting themselves even more, then you could regret it. If someone is stealing or cheating or doing something that's against the law. How to approach the situation. Confront the person with a reasonable explanation to back up your opinion. You could also inform a parent or guardian or a trusted adult, because they most likely know what to do in the situation. Imagine being in their shoes and tell them how you would react to the situation. All they want is someone that understands what they're going through. Help them find a solution. Before you do any of this, ask yourself something. If you were them, would you want help? If you were self-harming, would you want someone to say something to protect you? And why should you speak up, and what could happen if you don't? If you don't speak up when someone's maybe bullying another person, that person could get seriously injured and you didn't say anything, so it could be partially your fault. Always remember that choosing to speak up is better than regretting it later.